Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Inspire English podcast. I'm Emily, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I am David. Hello, friends. It is wonderful to be back behind the microphone. We hope you are having a peaceful week.
Today, we have a very exciting topic. It is something that almost everyone loves to do. We are talking about travel.
Travel. That is a beautiful topic, Emily. I think travel is good for the soul. It helps us see the world in a new way.
Exactly. I love the feeling of excitement before a trip. Do you know that feeling, David? When you have your bags packed and you are ready to go?
I do know that feeling. It is a mixture of nervousness and joy. You know, Emily, there is a common idiom for that feeling. We often say we have the travel bug.
Oh, that is a great phrase. The travel bug. Can you explain what that means for our listeners?
Certainly. To have the travel bug does not mean you are sick. It means you have a strong desire to travel. You feel a need to see new places.
I definitely have the travel bug. I want to go everywhere. But David, how do you like to travel? Do you like busy cities or quiet places?
That is a good question. I am a quiet person, so I usually prefer to go off the beaten track.
Off the beaten track. That is another wonderful idiom.
Yes, a track is a path or a road. If a track is beaten, it means many people have walked on it. So if you go off the beaten track, you go to places where tourists usually do not go. You find quiet, hidden locations.
That sounds very relaxing. I usually like popular cities, but sometimes it is nice to escape the crowds. Now, David, I have a question about packing.
Go ahead.
I always bring too many clothes. My suitcase is always heavy. What about you? I am the opposite, Emily. I like to travel light. Travel light. That sounds like good advice. It is. To travel light means to bring only the things you truly need. You do not bring 3 pairs of shoes. You bring one sensible pair. It makes moving around much easier. I need to practice that. Next time, I will try to travel light. So, David, when you start a trip, do you fly or drive? I enjoy driving. I love the moment when we finally hit the road. Let's pause there for a second. Hit the road. We aren't actually hitting anything, right? No violence here. To hit the road simply means to start a journey. Usually, it implies leaving in a car. For example, you might say, "It is getting late. We should hit the road." That is such a useful phrase. So to review, today we learned 3 great idioms. Yes. First, we discussed having the travel bug, which means a strong desire to travel. Then we talked about going off the beaten track, which means visiting places that are not crowded with tourists. And finally, to travel light, which means packing only what is necessary. And of course, hitting the road to start your journey. David, if you could hit the road right now and go anywhere, where would you go? I think I would go to a quiet cabin in the mountains, somewhere with fresh air and no internet. What about you, Emily? I would go to a sunny beach with clear blue water. That sounds lovely too. Well, listeners, we hope you enjoyed this conversation about travel. Please remember, the best way to learn is to listen again. Try to repeat the phrases we used today. Thank you for listening. We will see you or hear you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Safe travels. David, I am so excited about today's topic. It is one of my absolute favorite things to talk about. Today, we are discussing travel.
Travel. That is a lovely topic, Emily. Traveling is good for the soul. It helps us see the world in a new way.
Exactly. Whether you are going to a sunny beach or a busy city, travel is an adventure. But David, for our listeners learning English, talking about travel can sometimes be tricky. There are so many unique phrases. You are right. So let's take it slowly. Let's imagine we are planning a trip. Emily, when you prepare for a trip, how do you pack your bags? Oh, that is a great question. I used to pack way too many clothes, but now I try to travel light. Travel light. That is a very useful idiom. Could you explain what that means for our friends listening? Of course. To travel light means to pack very little. You don't bring heavy suitcases. You only bring the things you absolutely need. It makes moving around much easier. I agree completely. I always prefer to travel light. It is much less stressful. Once you have packed, it is time to leave. Emily, what do you say when you are finally ready to start your drive? I say, let's hit the road. Yes, hit the road. To our listeners, please do not worry. We are not actually hitting the physical road with our hands. No, we aren't. To hit the road simply means to begin a journey. Usually it implies leaving in a car, but you can say it whenever you are leaving your home to go somewhere. Precisely. So we have traveled light and we have hit the road. Now, where are we going? Emily, do you like popular tourist places or do you prefer something quieter? I like a mix of both, but recently I have enjoyed going off the beaten track. That is a beautiful phrase. Off the beaten track. This refers to a place that is not well known. It is far away from the crowds and the tourists. Exactly. It's like finding a hidden gem, maybe a small village in the mountains or a quiet beach that nobody knows about. David, you seem like someone who loves going off the beaten track.
I do. I enjoy the silence. I enjoy meeting local people. When you go to popular places, it can be very busy. But when you go off the beaten track, you can really relax.
Speaking of relaxing, David, do you have a dream destination? A place you have always wanted to visit? Let me think. I have always wanted to visit the countryside of Japan. I hear it is very peaceful. What about you, Emily? Oh, I want to go everywhere. I think I have caught the travel bug. Ah, there is another excellent idiom, the travel bug. Yes, it sounds like an illness, but it is actually a good thing. If you catch the travel bug, it means you have a strong desire to travel. You want to see the world, and you can't stop thinking about your next trip. I think many of our listeners have the travel bug too. Learning English is a great tool for travel. It helps you connect with people all over the world. It really does. So let's review the new phrases we used today. First, we had travel light. This means packing very few items. Then we had hit the road. This means to start your journey. Next was off the beaten track. This describes a place that is isolated and not crowded with tourists. And finally, to catch the travel bug. This means having a strong passion for traveling. We hope you can use these phrases on your next adventure. Remember, speak slowly and do not be afraid to make mistakes. That's right. Traveling and learning languages are both about exploration. Thank you so much for listening to English with Ease. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe journey wherever you go. Goodbye. Bye-bye.